N5YRJ, W8VG.
W8VG, Juliet, Kilowatt, November. Hello, Steve. Hello, George. W8VG, Jacks, Kings, and Nines.
Hey, howdy, howdy. Is that, I'm trying to go off a voice and not look up your call sign. Is that Kevin in Gilroy?
Oh, you nailed it, Steve. Man, oh man, you got a big, strong signal, and also your audio sounds like it might be running a little hot, but either that, you're so strong, my receiver doesn't know what to do with all the front-end overload.
Well, I was messing around with this thing earlier, trying to get it set up there, but she's got the washer and dryer running behind me, so hopefully you're not copying all that. But yeah, it's good to hear you, man. It's been a long time, and I hope you're doing well, and got a good copy on you, good conditions tonight. And that sounds really cool, George, on the old 1930 CW rig, man. That's cool. I like that old stuff, and yeah, I got the 390 alphas, both of them this year, and so I'm at the point now where if something comes in, something's got to go. So I got rid of a couple of the Super Pro 600s, and the 390 alphas went in their space, but I still got two 600s. You know, I still have a JX17, and I got another military 600. And that's the one that's I got paired up with the BMW 5100, and it needs a little bit of attention. It'll work down on the low bands, but you know, I think the black beauties are going out in the turret up on some of the higher stuff. I got to pull it apart and just kind of go through it, and I'm probably going to get rid of I still got that Hammerlin transmitter, that HX500. I'm probably going to get rid of that, but I got another Ranger to put in its spot. And I got a 12-foot rack against the wall here, and I want to keep it like that. I don't want to get any bigger than that, because you know, when I started doing this stuff a couple years back, it wasn't no big deal to grab it off the shelf, throw it up on the table, troubleshoot, work on it, you know. Now I notice, George, these things are getting a little bit heavier. So yeah, I don't need any more than what I got, and like I say, when something new comes in, I'll swap it out. But yeah, out of the receivers, my favorite receiver here that I've got, I mean, the 390 alphas are awesome, look cool, and that one that Matt W6PKN went through, that one especially hears very well. Well, both of them do, but that one especially, it was deaf from the door knob. I think it had took a pretty high voltage strike, and you know, he's got all kinds of parts over there, and he swapped out a bunch of stuff, and he got this one set. They got the 390 set up nice. But my favorite of them all bunch is still the Super Pro 400, man. Yeah, I really like this Super Pro 400. It's still got the original metal tubes in it. Obviously, all the capacitors have been changed in it, and the you know, the outboard power supply too. And it's got the original Jensen speaker. It's been reconed. And so it's man, you know, you listen to those stations on AM is kind of a treat on this thing. It has a lot of audio. I barely got the audio gain barely cracked open, and I could probably hear you down at the end of the cul-de-sac. It's so dang loud. The audio chain in that Super Pro 400 is something else. So yeah, man, time flies, and yeah, I'm gonna try to make it a point to get out here a little bit more often to catch up with old friends, because it seems like you know, there's getting to be less and less friends around us, right? Every day you hear about somebody you know passing. So, anyways, good hearing you, Kevin. I'm gonna kick it back to George. I'm gonna go around one more time, and then I'm gonna go in there and hang out with the wife for a little bit. I think she was making dessert, so I don't want to I don't want to insult her by not getting some of that, so I better go get some dessert here in a minute. And kick it back down to you, George. I'm sure you want to say hi to Kevin as well. W8 Victor Golf to take it, N5YRJ, and then you can throw it over to Kevin.
TK6IRZ.
Yeah, IRZ, acknowledged. Let me write this down so I don't screw up here. And me, and Kevin, and Jeff. Yeah, okay, Mississippi, good on all. N5YRJ with Kevin and Jeff in there, W8 Victor Golf. Yeah, I'm not going to stay in here too much longer either. I'm out in the garage, and it's probably cooled down to about 98 in here. Oh, and of course having this old beast cranking is not helping, so I'm starting to get a little sweaty here. Anyways, but good to have everybody in. I got great copies on everyone. And yes, Steve, good on those receivers. Yeah, the old Super Pro. You know, my father-in-law was an old World War II Signal Corps guy. He stayed in the Army after the war and retired in '66. But he used a lot of Super Pros. In fact, he had one that he picked up somewhere, and I don't remember which one it was, but he gave it to his son, my brother-in-law, and he promptly lost the thing in a move somewhere. But yeah, they're nice receivers. The thing I like about that breading on CW, it's typical pre-war receiver. You know, you got to jockey around with about 4 different knobs to tune in a good CW signal. And of course, the EGC is fairly primitive on it, so you know, when you kick the BFO on, you vary the BFO injection. You screw around with the what they call the manual gain, which is kind of an IFRF gain kind of thing, and then there's a crystal filter, which is an old buzzard, you know, doorknob crystal at the IF. And you know, you can tune in a decent CW signal. Now, you know, I don't have any side tone on this Utah, so you know, you crank the IF gain down on transmit way back, and it still overloads the thing, you know. But you can do it. I've made a number of CW contacts on it, but where it really sounds great is on AM. Oh man! In fact, George in Lemon Grove, YEC, had one when he started out, and he wanted to see some pictures, so I did better than that. I put it on the AMI net one night and tuned him in, and sent him a video. And that was a nice effect there. But it's an old buzzard receiver, and just great. You know, it's old school where the field coil on the speaker is the high voltage choke, and it was high end for its day. They made them from 35 to 37, right there in LA. And it's got a chrome-plated chassis and chrome-plated transformers. So, you know, I like to sit there and just look at it and tune around and shortwave listen on it. It's great. Anyways, other than that, haven't done too much. Just been too hot. But we'll probably get started here in the fall. Somebody gave me a 4x1 carcass here about 10 years ago, and they gave it to me gratis with the promise that if I'd upgrade it and rework it and restore it, it would be mine. So I've got that out here in the middle of the garage where I can trip all over it until I finally decide to tear into it and see what's going. Got a lot of nice parts in it, so it will do fine. I think I'm gonna lay it out a little differently, though. I don't like the way it's not a lot of places for the heat to go once it leaves the chimney on the 4x1, but that's something for me to work on. Anyways, with that, I'm not going to stand here, guys, either. I'll listen out and probably sip on an 807 here and then head in and cool off a bit. I'm going to kick it over to you, Kevin. I don't know if you really made one or not, and then you pick up IRZ, and we'll listen here a little bit. Anyways, good to hear you guys on. I'm on the T3, Kevin, and listening on my old Drake here, Studio G. WA6JKN up in Gilroy with Jeff in there, and Mississippi sign 73. Here's W8 Victor Golf listening out.